name is Charles Williams. I am the owner and managing member of Pioneer Realty Capital, and today I want to talk to you about an investment opportunity. Many of you are aware of our Gates at Prairie View project. This is a project that we started back in 2019. And interestingly enough, we started out as a lender on that project, but ultimately we took the project over. Now that we've taken the project over, we've have created a significant value for those original investors who invested in that project. Our investment as a company initially was $2.5 million in the asset. Now we own the asset, and the asset is worth about $24 million. We have about $14 million of debt on it. That means there's equity there for us, somewhere around the $9.9 million range. So those initial investors who invested with us purchased their shares into this opportunity for $5,000 per investment unit. And today, it's worth about $11,000 per unit. So they've doubled their money in that period of time. Now we're wanting to finish phase one of this investment and then go into phase two of the investment. So there's another opportunity to raise capital to be an investor in this deal. But things are different because it's not as risky as it was before. It's not as risky as it was before because of the fact the building is built, is completed. In fact, as of today, and today's date is June the 23rd, 2022. As of today, of the 4 buildings that have been completed, one of the buildings is completely leased, 100% leased. And there are 90 remaining units that are left to lease out. And for those 90 remaining units, we have a waiting list for those of 117 individuals. So we intend to open full August the 1st when we began accepting people or allowing people to move in. So that's exciting news. And it's really exciting for you because now you get to invest in a project that's pretty much complete and that will be paying rent soon. So I want to go over this particular investment opportunity with you. There are 900 investment units available. And when I say investment units, what I'm talking about, because this is a limited liability company, it does not have shares of stock. If it was a corporation, it would be, I would say there are 900 shares of stock. But since it's an LLC, there are what are called membership units, investment membership units. And what that means is that if you invest in this deal, you're admitted as a member of that business entity that owns and controls this asset. So when I use that term, investment membership unit, that's what I'm talking about. So we have a total of 900 investment units available, investment membership units. 500 of those investment membership units are the original investment into this deal. And those investors, invested their money into it. They've doubled their money. They're what's called a common stock position. They're going to stay in the deal indefinitely until we sell off all the assets. We've issued another 400 units for what are called Class C investment membership units. And the Class C investment membership unit has some very unique characteristics that bring significant value to you as the potential investor. Those benefits are you invest your money into this deal at a preferred position. So you take a preferred position over the common stock. What does that mean? As a preferred investor in the deal, when we start distributing cash, that preferred investor receives their money in advance of anyone else in the deal. In other words, you get your money back first. And then you remain in the deal until you achieve a certain multiple on that deal. Okay, and so we're going to talk about a scenario that's realistic with this particular investment. So just imagine, and then in addition to that, you're going to get paid a 6% preferred rate of return on your money. But to make this make sense, let's just talk about some realistic numbers and some realistic timelines so that you would have an idea of what that means for you if you were to make an investment in this deal. So the investment membership units, the value of those investment membership units today, and this is based on actual appraisal. This is the current value of the assets today. That on a per unit basis is worth $11,000. So let's just assume that you bought 10 investment membership units. That's $11,000 times 10 investment units is $110,000. On that $110,000, you're going to accumulate an annual rate of return of 6% until your principal investment, that $110,000, is returned back to you. Now, after you receive your initial investment back, that $110,000 plus any interest that would have accrued, then you will no longer receive a pref or preferred interest rate on that money because you've been paid, the money's been paid back to you, plus the accrued interest. But what you will be paid, you remain in the investment until we make further distributions and you get 2 times your money back. So if you invested $110,000, you would receive your original principal back of that $110,000 plus any of the accrued 6% interest, and then you would receive another $110,000, giving you a 2x multiple on the transaction. 100% return. Now, for some people, that's a pretty darn good deal, but that's what we're targeting on this investment. Now, what's really interesting about this is we're raising this money to fill a short-term capital gap. And that's exciting for you because we don't need your money very long. We estimate at most, we're going to hold your principal for 6 months. Now, how is that possible? How are we going to create value within 6 months to give you your initial principal back? Well, it's very simple. We're going through lease up right now. Once the building is leased, then we have a couple options. One, we can sell it, and we estimate based on our numbers, if we sell it, that sales price is going to be somewhere around $30 million. If you look at your investment deck, you can follow the numbers. If we sell it and we get $30 million valuation for the property, which is very attainable, then that's enough to pay back your original principal investment, any accumulated pref, plus your targeted 2x return. And that could potentially happen in 6 months. If we don't sell it, we're going to refinance the property. Now, the debt that we estimate we will have on the property at that time is $14.5 million. Remember that we feel like we can get a valuation once our building is full, people are paying rent, a valuation somewhere around $30 million. So conservatively, we can achieve a loan amount somewhere between $19-20 million. With those loan proceeds, if you subtract out the senior debt of $14.5 million, the remaining capital that's left will be used to repatriate or repay or return your principal investment back to you, plus any accumulated preferred interest. And we feel like we can make that happen in less than 6 months. So what an exciting investment. And in scenario 2, if we do the refinance and return your money in less than 6 months plus any accumulated interest, you still remain in the deal until you achieve that 2x multiple. Now, in scenario 2, it could take as much as 18 months to get the second disbursement of your investment, that 2x multiple, or in this case, the other $110,000. But think about the enormous return, even in scenario 2. If you had to wait 2 years to get 100% return on your money, and your money is not even in the deal for the entire 2 years, what a great investment opportunity. And that's why we're so excited to bring it to you. We've already achieved success in phase 1 with our initial investors. Our initial investors today have achieved a 2x return on the money they invested with us 2 years ago. Now it's your turn. It's your turn to get involved with this opportunity, to invest your dollars with us and let us grow those dollars for you. And I think you're going to be very happy, because either in the next 6 months or in the next 24 months, you're going to have a 2x return on the investment that you make today. If you have any questions about this opportunity, please reach out to me or anybody on my team. If you are not registered on prcinvestors.com, take the time to do so, because that's where you're going to find out about all of our investment opportunities. And remember, it's our number 1 goal to protect your money. Our number 2 goal is to grow your wealth. So if you feel that we are qualified, we've been doing this for 20 years. We've never lost an investor any money. If you feel that we are qualified to take your money, grow it, and protect it for you, definitely become a part of the PRC Investor Network. And we certainly look forward to having you. Thank you.